Okay. Hello. Sorry, I'm like a minute or two late. Let me check to make sure that all the streams of the streams are working. I don't still yet know how to operate Rumble. Okay, Rumble's up and we're up everywhere. Hello, everywhere. Hello, Facebook. Both on Heart of Inspiration and in the Practical Light Worker group. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Rumble. Hello, everyone. We are about to get started. So I'm going to play this intro in just a second. But tonight, what we're going to be talking about at great length is not that great, but what we're going to be talking about at length is the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. The Jupiter Uranus conjunction. It started today. A lot of people are making it sound like this is like just a one day. I did not bring my water here. That makes me mad. Um, that this is like a one day situation, but this, guys, is going on for 12 days. 12 days. Not just one day, for 12 days. And because of that, we've got a wonderful opportunity for almost 2 weeks. We'll catch a full moon in the midst of it to do some amazing things. So I don't want you to think if you didn't do anything today, oh my gosh, you missed it. And I'll tell you why you've got 12 days. But I want to go through the good things, right? The wealth, money, power situation. And then I also want to go through the what could happen on a global scale, because we're actually already starting to see this. We were already starting to see actually some earthquakes happening around the world, specifically in Indonesia. I've been watching the volcanic eruptions that are going on. We're seeing some things escalate between Israel and Iran. There were some other things that happened today that in our own what do you call it, our own House of Representatives, that we need to discuss. So this is a thing. Okay, so I'm going to play this intro while we're waiting for folks to come on, and I'm going to move my chair. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh my gosh. I ran, got my water. Here's my water, got my water, and everything else. Okay, welcome, guys. So, for those of you who are not sure, because on Rumble, I don't go live that often. So, I'm starting to do this more on Rumble. So, for everyone, my name is Dr. Lisa Brewer. I'm a doctor of metaphysics and divinity. So, I cannot write you a prescription, but I sure can recommend a good crystal. Okay, so we're going to get in our astrology bag today. We're going to talk about the heavenlies. We're going to talk about the transits. We're going to have the conversation about the energy. And I'm also going to discuss a little bit with you guys, if you have Jupiter in your house, what houses you have Jupiter in, and what houses you have Uranus in. Now, that might sound a little odd because you're like, well, but Jupiter and Uranus are conjunct. Well, that's the transiting planet, right? Your birth chart is a static event that happened at the beginning of your life, this incarnation. But the transiting planets, right? They go around the sun, they go through the zodiac. And so they may be in different positions in your chart, but right now in the sky they're in the same spot. So we're going to explain all that as well. Welcome, sweets. Hello, sweets. Harmony. Hello, dear. Hello, Tasha. How are you? And welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone. So as you're coming in, if you wouldn't mind dropping a like, and if you haven't subscribed, go on and subscribe, and let's get into it. So hopefully you all know a little bit about what's happening in the sky. So we are going to go over here. Oops, transition. Here we go. Okay, that's not what I want to show you. This is what I want to show you. Okay, here we go. I can produce a live stream. Really, I can. I swear to you, I can. Drop some hearts in the chat if you can hear me. And if I'm echoing, can you guys let me know as well? Because I want to be sure I'm not echoing. So drop some hearts in the chat if you can hear me just fine. And if I have a slight echo at all, please let me know so that I can fix it immediately. And I'll be looking around on the different platforms to see what's what and who's who. Oh, you know what? I didn't even let the Twitters know, the X's know that we were here. So here we go. Let me do this real quick. Let me let them know too, so that the tweets, the X's, I don't know what are we calling it these days? I don't even understand. What are we calling it? What are we calling it? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, log in. Yes. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Oh, crap. Of course, it's not gonna do exactly what I want it to do when I want it to do it. I cleaned my heart, by the way, by the by. By the by, I cleaned my hard drive up today. And when I tell you I cleared up 200 gigs on my hard drive today. So now my computer is like running like nobody's business. It is running, it is going along real smooth. Like, all right, we got it going on. Okay, guys. Now, so let me explain to everybody what's happening. Hey Jen, how are you? Let me explain this what a conjunction is for those of you who are unaware of what a conjunction is. A conjunction is when in the sky two planets appear from the Earth's perspective as if they are one on top of the other. Like you can't see one or the other. I want to explain a little bit about, let me go back to this other scene so I can let you know. I want to explain a little bit about what Jupiter is and what Uranus represents, what both of these planets represent in the zodiac, okay, or as far as energetically for us here on this planet. Jupiter is called the great benefic. Okay. So there are benefic, or what they would like to say is beneficial planets, and there's malefic, and which, are more male leaning. Okay. Male energy. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing well, Jen. Wonderful. So the benefic planets typically, right? Jupiter, Venus. The moon is not a planet, it is a luminary, so they don't usually put it in one of those categories. So Jupiter, Venus, the moon, the sun could go either way. I know that sounds weird because the sun gives us life. Oh, excuse me. I've been up very long today. But um but the sun is usually considered a more masculine energy as well. So for sure, it's Jupiter and Venus as far as planets are concerned. The luminaries usually are kind of neutral, but if you want to lump the moon in there as well, that's got a much more feminine energy, that would be a benefic. But Jupiter is called the great benefic because not just because it's the largest planet in our solar system, but as such, Jupiter has derived its name from Zeus, so the great god Zeus in the Greek pantheon. Jupiter was also known to the Chemists, and it was known as a giving, right, energy, a giving energy. So it's always represented a great expansion, because if you really study, especially when you study the Greek mythology, oh, excuse me, especially when you study Greek mythology. I've not done this all day. I've literally been like cleaning my house, cleaning my hard drive. I went out for 2 errands. I just got back from the store getting veggies and things for this week. Anyway, um, if you study Greek mythology at all, you will find that yes, Zeus was the great god, but he wasn't the first god. Um, he really, to be honest with you, he was the one that, though, solidified the gods, the deity, the pantheon in the minds and hearts and souls of humans. So he kind of expanded, if you will, the pantheon's reach or impact. He was also rather warring. The Greek gods are very interesting because you have Uranus, which would have been the original, right, giver, the original god, if you will, the original creator, who was then dethroned by Kronos, his son, time, Saturn, because Uranus wanted the human race to be rather independent, be autonomous. That he in the evolutionary time period for humanity, he wanted them to have like organization, if you will, structure. He, as the story goes, introduced fire, the wheel. He introduced some technology and wanted to further introduce further technology to the human race to help it um, transform from being extremely close to like ape-like, if you will, and a Neanderthal, to a thinking, breathing, a thinking like a human, right? That had cognitive capabilities and free will, logical thought process, and could host light, which, according to the story, it appears that he was able to do that to a great deal. However, Kronos, time, Saturn, decided this was not a good idea, because Kronos and his crew felt that this was going to then make humanity not dependent upon the gods, which, I mean, I guess to an extent, basically, Kronos did not want humanity realizing that they were in and of itself divine beings. You can liken it to the story of the Tower of Babel, that there was a desire then to like divide humanity. So when we think about, so there was a great fight, but Saturn won and then brought this other kind of governance. And a lot of people would say oppression to, if you think about it in the mythological sense, to humanity, kind of like an enslavement to humanity. Now, Uranus then represents advancements in technology. It represents revolutionary thinking. It represents desiring for big leaps in going forward. It desires, it does not like to be constrained. It wants things that are good for the entirety of the collective, right? That's what Uranus, hi, Mary. That's what Uranus then provides, that energy. So I want you to think about the fact that this energy has been in Taurus, which is the first earth sign. It is cardinal. It is not cardinal, excuse me. It is fixed earth. Okay. It is the sign of I possess. It's the ruler of the second house. after you kind of come out of this Aries, kind of childish. I'm not calling Aries childish. I'm just saying this is the energies. If you want to think of the evolutionary wheel of the zodiac, after you come out of and grow up from and mature from everything being all about you, in the sense of like gimme, 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 then it's like, okay, well, how am I going to structure my home, my family, my life? What am I going to do to make money? What am I going to do to sustain myself? And it's this I have, but also I don't want to work so damn hard. I'm really tired of all this all this, going back and forth, whatnot, and so on and so forth. So what I really want to do is there's like a time of rest, right? There's a luxuriation. There's a hello everyone on Rumble. Hello. If you guys can hit the like button on your way in, that'd be great. That'd be wonderful. Um, Also on YouTube as you're coming in, that'd be amazing as well. And Facebook. So there is this energy of wanting to have expand for free will, but so that we can be greater. Uranus can also be very much the disruptor. Uranus can be very much the disruptor. It can be the one that's like revolution can end up in a positive thing or can end up in a negative, right? It can end up in light or it can end up in shadow. And there's nothing that's, and there's all these shades of gray in between. So this is what Uranus represents. It represents rapid transformation. It's like the tower moment that won't stop. Pluto is about transformation, but it's much more about personal transformation. Uranus also tends to upset the apple carts as far as your finances. And Taurus, the sign of Taurus, the second house, it is really all about the structure of the finance, right? Making sure that you have stability. And so this last, God, Uranus has been there for forever, it feels like. These last few years with Uranus and Taurus, we've had a lot of financials. We've had some good times, we've had some not so good times, child. And so it, it is the great disruptor. Okay, so that's Uranus. Now, so Chronos, Saturn kills Uranus, takes over. Well, then Zeus and the pantheon decide to upend Chronos and his group because they were being too restrictive. And Zeus was like, hey, I could do this better. Okay, I could do this better. I'm gonna redo things. Like we're gonna have, great lives. We just, and Zeus. So Jupiter, okay, Jupiter rules Sagittarius as well as is the original ruler of Pisces. Sagittarius and Pisces. So if you think that's the original ruler. So if you think about it, Sagittarians are great big thinkers. They can motivate. They are all, they're fun loving, giving, all of that. Pisceans are as well. But Pisceans are also dreamers. So if you had the capability of being able to take your dream and take your passions, meld it, put it together and make it work, then you've got Jupiter. So Jupiter is this grand benefic. Everything is open, everything is beautiful, everything is great, and we're going to make it all better. And we're going to rule our world according to our passions and our dreams. And so we have both of them in Taurus, which tends to be rather structured. That is ruled by Venus. So that's the backdrop. Hey, Chalet, how are you? You okay? Listen, we're going to get into this a little bit later in the broadcast here in the show. But actually, you having Uranus and Jupiter conjunct your Chiron is actually probably one of the best things ever for you. And we're going to talk about that, okay? This is going to be great. All right, shall we get into things of the things of the things? Shall we get into it? Okay, before I get into everything, oh my goodness. Before I get into this, I do want to drop this bit of information into the chats. I don't know how many characters this is. I'm going to drop this into the chats. As you can see right here, we have an exclusive program that I've designed for to empower spiritual entrepreneurs in their business. Designed to empower. Let me do this. Let me just get rid of some of this right here. Delete space. And right now, it is, hopefully this goes everywhere. It's called the Soulfire Syndicate Mastermind. Oh crap, it's too long. Let me see if I can get this. Designed to empower to thrive in their business. Hey Jace, how are you? In their business. Anyway, I want you guys to look at this site. I'm sorry guys, I had to put it up again. I want you to guys take a peek at this site. We'll talk about this a little bit more as we go forward, but I am basically offering the programs that I have done for years now, and they were thousands of dollars because I had a lot of like, how can you put it, one-on-one stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I've been able to figure out a way to get it to everybody where it is now. We're able to offer it to you for $197 a month, and we're revamping and relaunching our entire Lightworker Academy. So take a peek at that. Okay. All right. Layla says your Jupiter is in Taurus, wonderful, in your 10th house, and Uranus and Sag in your 5th. Okay, we're going to talk all about that. Give me a few minutes. Let's get to the chart. Jace, when I get done here, I'm going to call you, okay? I was thinking about just going to call you last night, child. Then I fell asleep. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have, where's my Taurus? Right here. So here's the conjunction. This is a moon calendar. So from the perspective of the earth, this is where everything is as far as if you were born today, this is what, and a few minutes ago when I pulled this is what your birth chart would look like. Okay. So right here we have Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus, just past the ascendant. So it is showing up according to, again, if you were born today, this would be your chart. And so you'd have a very powerful chart, by the way. So anyone who's had a child today, you're about to have one heck of a child growing up. They are going to be full of promise. They're going to be full of inspiration. They are going to want to change the entire world. And guess what? They're going to have the ability to make it happen. So if you had your baby today, matter of fact, if you have a child between today and 12 days from now, because this Jupiter takes 12 days to move 1 degree, because it takes about 365 days roughly for Jupiter to get through 30 degrees of a sign. So it stays in a sign for 12 to 13 days, and a degree within the sign for 12 to 13 days. We have quite a while for this Jupiter conjunction to really hit. Okay. It's dead on today, but it's going to be dead on for a minute. And then, even as it's moving, these two planets, we've been feeling the energy as it's been applying. Now, as it's beginning to decrease, now that it's, as it begins to move away, it's going to take, what's 12 times 7? 96? 90? No, 84. 84. It's going to take 84 days before really it's out of shadow. So intense for 12, another 84 days left. So for about the next 3 months, we're going to have the benefit of this energy. And it's appeared, the portal opened in a rising sign position, meaning this is the external way we are going, this is affecting our external world, guys. Because it appeared in the rising sign location, the ascendant, it is showing up in our external world. Why is that important? Those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, let me just give you a brief synopsis of that, right? So your rising sign is how you show up to everybody else, kind of how you move through this matrix. My rising sign is Capricorn. If you guys know anything about Capricorns, Capricorns love a few things. Capricorns love to teach. Capricorns love structure. Capricorns have a strong moral code. Capricorns love to build businesses. Capricorns love to make money. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. That's all. But we can be very strict and restrictive. But really, I say we, but Capricorns, very professional. They tend to be leaders. Okay, that's how I show up in the world. So, wherever your ascendant is, that's how you show up in the world. So, what this energy is saying is, I'm about to give you everything that you wanted if you're willing to take it, if you're willing to grab a hold of it. I'm willing to give you everything that you wanted. Every seed that you sown will come to pass. You will reap a harvest. Every seed you will reap a harvest. But you got to show up. You got to be willing to accept it. Now, the other thing is, on the flip side of it, if you've done people dirty, if you ain't been right and uptight, if you got you doing a little shucking and jiving, you understand what I'm saying? Then every seed that you sown, you're going to get the wrath. The revolutionary part of this is it ain't going to get hid no more. Now, that means, if we're going to talk about pop culture, that means definitely I think within the next 12 days, absolutely within the next 12 days, we'll see some silver handcuffs potentially put on people like Diddy. Unless he's singing. That's my opinion. But unless he's singing, I don't even think him singing like a songbird's gonna help. But I think that there's gonna be. I also feel there's gonna be a lot more people, a lot more structures being torn down at a faster rate. A lot more leaders we will see, if they've not been doing right by people, they will be being brought down. I also see, I don't know how many of you all, if y'all caught this, but yesterday, Patrick Ben David, Patrick Bet David, he dropped his podcast interview with Suge Knight. And Suge Knight said something very, very interesting to me. He said that really what needs to happen is the entirety of the music industry. What we're seeing right now is the entirety of the music industry structure, as it is structured right now, being ripped down, torn down, because it can't continue to be in the way that it's been. It can't continue to live on. I think that's actually going to extend to other structures as well. Do not be surprised if we see multiple, unfortunately, church and other religious leaders get torn down. Do not be surprised if interesting things happen governmentally all around the world. Do not be shocked. Do not be shocked if you begin to see the rise over the next 90 days of new leaders, of new thought leaders, of new spiritual leaders, maybe people that are already around, but now all of a sudden they're getting catapulted. Do not be shocked as you begin to see people, the collective, fight back against oppression, and especially because of economic issues. Do not be surprised if there is not a pretty major In the next 90 days, a pretty major Bitcoin shakeup. So digital currency, we're seeing it now, but I mean, um, uh, there's been some other things up underneath, like with XRP, XLM, um, that's been brewing underneath the surface. I feel like that's about that. That don't be shocked if something flips. Um, yeah, it's gonna come back though. Bitcoin's gonna come back. So if you can buy a bit of a bit, you're in a good spot. Um, so don't be surprised if you see if for you to see that. I do feel like there's a lot of political wranglings, especially here in the U.S., that's going on. Um, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be surprised how these things turn out. I'm not going to go too far into that because then I'm not trying to hear people tonight about that. But just don't be surprised. Be on the lookout and be open to hearing the truth. Be open to hearing, okay, as different as evidence is produced, as people take stands, as all this kind of stuff. Just I would not necessarily get one's reporting from a mainstream outlet. I don't care which side of the aisle you typically watch. I would look for especially people that are on X that are sitting in some of these courtrooms for those trials that are not being broadcast um, on, they're not being streamed on YouTube. I would follow some of them. So really, like in New York, there's a gentleman, but Inner City Press. I don't know the band. I just know that he puts it out. So don't be shocked. Now, for you personally, though, these next 90 days are really crucial as far as, are you going to step into your destiny? Are you going to take the opportunity to do whatever it takes to make your money? Um, right? Like, are you going to take those opportunities? I don't know if you all knew this, and we'll get back. We'll keep in the charts. I'm sorry if this is boring to some of y'all, but I really need to lay out how these energies are playing out in our world, especially because, guys, now this is. I mean, this we got a 20 some year transit going on with Pluto in Aquarius, and it's solidly in there now. It's 2 degrees in. I don't think it's gonna backpedal. I don't think it's going to go back into Capricorn again. I don't think so. So what that means is and from the today, then that would be in your 10th house of, if you were born today, in the 10th house of career. So this tells me also during these next 90 days and what this is setting into motion is an even deeper, more radical change of how we make our money. How we make our money. If you don't follow me on LinkedIn, I'm actually about to, or if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, go to heartofinspiration.net and subscribe to my newsletter. Last night I was kind of awakened about, I went to bed early, but I was awakened about 11:30, and I just got this download of all these different topics to write articles on, to expound on, blog articles, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of it had to do with the transformational leader or the new entrepreneur in this time period of AI, in this AI era, as the revolution has now been televised and it's happening. So, how do you future proof yourself against the AI revolution? Because the reality of it is, guys, as I've been seeing all over TikTok, I've been seeing it not so much on Instagram, but definitely all over TikTok. I'm seeing professionals, people that have gotten college degrees, people that have been in their in their careers for 10, 15, 20 years, maybe on some cases, um, that they are they're getting downsized, and then they're like applying for like 50, 60 jobs a day. They're getting no callbacks. Now some of them are starting to get callbacks, and getting interviews, but then either they go to the interview and then they're like, oh great, we're just going to check your references, and then crickets for 2 weeks. Then all of a sudden somebody internally, right, got the position. My own daughter got scheduled for an in-person job right here in Greensboro, supervisory role. The hiring manager ghosted her, like called out sick, didn't bother to tell her, didn't bother to have anybody call her, said they were going to reschedule for the following Tuesday. She's never heard from them again. It This is just insane. Um, so people are finding it difficult to then get to get jobs that they are not just qualified for, but then that are going to pay them, commensurate to their worth. So you're going to need to future proof this economy, the whole economy, the world, well, definitely the US economy for sure, is changing. Again, I've been through this before. I went through this in the 90s. I went through this in the 90s, how things in the early 90s, things changed so rapidly with the internet, with Windows, with um, computers, not, the advent of the PC, the personal computer, because that was not how things were done before. So there is a revolutionary time. I need to see if there was a Jupiter Uranus conjunction, what year that was in the 90s. So but this AI revolution is not going anywhere. If you've been paying any attention at all, Google's laid off a crap ton of people. Who else did? I feel like it was Microsoft too. There's a lot of tech companies that once AI, especially like when ChatGPT, or like in Google's case, when Gemini came online fully, they laid people off from YouTube as well. They can have Gemini review things. These people who were reviewing, and a lot of these people were the same people that created the darn program. They got terminated because now AI is taking over their job. So anyway, I got this download, like, I don't know, probably about 10 or 15 different like topics to write on, to expound on how one can, you know, future proof, blah, 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 protect oneself against the AI revolution. Do you understand what I'm saying? So so the whole reason that I'm saying that is because this Jupiter Uranus conjunction at the same time in the first house. So how we're going to work with our external world, it's simultaneous to um, Pluto being in the 10th house, uh, as of today, in this moment, this snapshot, and really like influencing, because it's in one of the early degrees, strongly influencing this Aquarian energy. This tells me that how we're working in the matrix, we're being gifted the ideas and the strategies and the ability and the empowerment to do so, and be able to not only just sustain ourselves but thrive. If you decide to take part in it. What do I mean by that? I guess this was the reason I was led to do the 88 days, the Manifest Your Best Life in 88 Days series. If you haven't seen that yet, it is a whole playlist. You can find it here on YouTube. Those of you on Rumble, you can find it here on YouTube. I don't know if I can do it on Rumble as well, Facebook as well. Pop on over. Listen, this is about and we're at day 45. Tomorrow's day 40. Well, technically it's day 46, but I'm putting up day 45 tomorrow. So we're halfway through. This time period, if you are continuing to manifest negativity in your life, if you are continuing to feel like life is happening to you, if you are continuing to speak that over your life over and over and over and over and over and over again, that is what you are going to reap over and over and over and over and over and over again. There is no greater time, no easier time, no better time than right now, than over these next. Remember what I said, for those of you that joined us a little bit late, this conjunction at 21 degrees is going to be occurring for the next 12 days. It takes a little over 12 days for Jupiter to move 1 degree in a sign. Okay, because it takes about 12 to 13 months to get through a sign, 30 degrees in a sign. Simple math. 12 days. Plus, these two powerhouses, when you have two strong planets like Jupiter and Uranus, the conjunction where you would say that it still applies, the energy is still conjunct, is 7 degrees one way or the other. Moon, I give 3, max 5. Venus, Mars, Mercury, about 5. But the really the generational type planets, the planets that are slower moving, the planets that are not personal planets, like Uranus, like Jupiter, like Pluto, like Saturn, like Neptune, those planets affect their energy lingers longer. So you're going to have about 90 days, over 90 days to get this ish together, to change your habits, to change how you're speaking, and to really make huge leaps in your manifestation. Huge leaps. And the other thing I need for you all to recognize, as I'm going through this manifestation process, and you can start it whenever you want. I have 40 some more things, 43 more videos to produce for this series, and then this playlist is up there. But the whole process of going through this, I just put up an I am activation today. Was it today or was it yesterday? Today. Manifestation is not so much about what you speak, what you think, all that kind of stuff. It's not so much about the secret. It's about taking all of that and then changing who you are. It's about seeing the person that you wish to be and then becoming that person. When we chatted, we did part 1 the other day of Terrence Howard's interview on Straight Talk. We're going to do part 2 tomorrow. When he talked about how an actor, how he as an actor allows the character's energy as an energy, as if it were a real person, to inhabit him. So basically, the energy of that character puts on his body as clothing. So should your person that you see, if you're manifesting being, I don't know, give me something, guys, a successful doctor or lawyer or attorney, or I just said attorney, lawyer, entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, or you're in a loving relationship or whatever that is, that person, you need to find that energy of that person and then translate that into yourself. That's who your I am is. Anyway, this is this is amazing energy to be able to do so. Now, let's also talk about some of the other planets and how it's playing into this. This conjunction is sextiling today. It is sextiling Mars in Pisces. Mars is really trying to skip to my loo right out of Pisces, baby. Ain't trying to be in no during Pisces. It's like, this is too dreamy, schemy for me. I got to get up out here. However, while I'm here, let me shake the table. and ask you, why the heck haven't you gone for your dreams yet? What you waiting on? Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving? What are you waiting on? Hmm? So Mars is forcing us to say, this is my true dream. It's forcing us to look at ourselves and say, why haven't I found the success in any area of my life that I wish? What's really holding me back? And be real and get real and raw about it. I love that it's doing that. And it's today it was in opposition to the moon. Why is that wonderful? In Virgo, because basically it's like you got to face your feelings. You got to face your ish head on because your life depends on it. The success of the rest of your life, I don't mean to be dramatic. I'm not trying to be a dramatic emo, cancer, but I'm just telling you, the success of the rest of your life depends on you finally making the decision and not allowing yourself to make excuses, of you finally breaking free from all of the chains, all of the paradigms, all of the programs, all of the stuff that has been programmed within you, and for you to finally identify who you're meant to be, who you incarnated here to be, who the hell you really are. Hmm? That's what this is all about. So that's forcing it. It's also, the moon, mm, not really, but sort of. These three here are kind of, you got Neptune at 28 degrees, you got Saturn at 15. So they're kind of playing with each other. We just got done with the Mars Saturn conjunction. And so we're getting a little bit of a rest before Mars hits up Neptune and really kicks things off. So that's very interesting because what's going to happen here is then we're going to have this Neptune Mars conjunction simultaneous, right, to the Uranus Jupiter conjunction. So we've got two dreamers, we got all the Piscean energy is conjunct with all the harsh revolutionary light your behind on fire. If you don't make some kind of major moves in the next 90 days, for sure in the next 12 days, if you don't make some major moves in the next 12 days, you're a fool. I might do some readings. Squaring your natal Pluto at 1 degree. Oh, we have to talk about that. That's interesting. Hey, Sister Michelle, how are you? Hey, Christina. Glad to be live. Okay. What else is going on here? Um, we have Mercury still in retrograde. It'll be in retrograde till the 25th. We're coming down to the last part of it. Um, and so what's going to be interesting about that is it's not going to get, well, it might. It is conjunct to, this is very interesting actually. What in God's name is happening here? Looks like we got a four here. So Chiron and Venus are becoming, oh my gosh. Okay. Chiron and Venus are about to be conjunct over the next day or two. They are applying conjunct right now. So if again, this is really if you are not hearing, feeling, knowing that you have got to move into what you love doing. And not only do you have to move into what you love doing, but you also, but you also, but you also are tired of people talking down to your dreams. You're tired of people telling you can't do, you can't have. You're tired of people side eyeing you because your belief systems have changed. You're tired of people side eyeing you because you want a different life than everybody else in your family or your neighborhood or whatever that they have had. You're tired of people side eyeing you. You're tired of people not giving you your just due. You're tired of people disrespecting, disregarding, and dishonoring you. You're tired of it, and you've had it, and you're finally in a place where you're not going to let it happen anymore. If this is what you've been feeling, then you're in the this is what's happening. If you're also doing some deep reflection, shadow work wise, like I literally this week, especially, have been doing some very deep shadow work reflection. Why there are certain, you know me, I'm really super honest with y'all about everything, as I can be. I try to be as transparent as possible. There are certain things that I still do to myself that are self sabotaging behaviors. Now I catch them quicker than I ever used to, of course, but there's still stuff sabotaging, and some things I'm like, oh, it's on repeat. Why is this playlist on repeat? Why is this particular song on repeat? But then there's a group of about 4 or 5 songs that make up this like little playlist, and they keep on going. And I'm like, I'm really tired of these songs at this point. Like this ain't doing it for me no more. So I've really had to dig deep as to why I self-destruct. See, that wounded healer can get some relief if you then apply love to it, if you apply self love to it, if you are gentle with that injury, if you're gentle with that trauma, if you're saying to yourself, as this wounded healer, if you're saying, I get it. Who programmed this into us? Where did this come from? Why do we play this out in our lives over and over and over again? And have that compassion. See, then that injury, that trauma, then it gets lessened. Is it always there? That's what you're supposed to deal with in this lifetime. But that does not mean that you have to deal with it always, constantly, consistently, and you never get no relief from it. That means these are lessons you're supposed to be learning. So if you're not participating in this situation right here, this Chiron Venus situation, you really need to be. It's nothing to be scared of. And Mercury retrograde going back towards the North Node in Aries is really then, honestly, it's helping to reveal what's going on deep down inside of you that's keeping you from being who you came here to be. It's giving you a moment to stop and reflect. You understand what I'm saying? A moment to stop and reflect, and then do the shadow work, but in a gentle manner, right? This ain't about you, right? This is in a gentle manner. Now, also, we have, it looks like, let me see here. Is this the sun? Yeah. And it also looks like this is squaring Pluto in um in Aquarius, and that's just challenging you. It's a good challenge. It's a good challenge. Yeah, this is a very interesting, the way this chart is set up is very, very interesting. Did that make sense to y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all doing okay? Michelle says, "Oh, I wasn't Sebastian wonderful the other night? If AI is going to work, so many people out of work, how's the economy going to work?" We're going into the next information age. So there's the next information age. When a lot of this started happening back in the late 80s, early 90s, I've told this story before. I was into the mid 90s. I had many conversations with my father, and he was like, Lise, and because everything was becoming service, he says, if we don't manufacture stuff here, we're going to be in big trouble. And there was a lot of truth to that. However, this go around, the people that are able to produce information, those of us who are able to work with energy in a higher level, help people to transform themselves, help people to gain the empowerment, gain the peace, all of that, there's a significant space for us to grow. Now, am I saying AI is going to take every job? Absolutely not. That's no, right? But if you're finding yourselves potentially getting displaced and you feel like you have a calling, right, to the service work and the service world, then this is why it's time to start this now. Do you understand? Not wait till later. This is why it's so very important for you to start this, to start up your businesses or whatever it is you're going to do now. Okay? And not wait. Um Writing, actually like writing, not just AI writing, but being able to write is going to be like copywriting, article writing, all that kind of stuff is going to be very, very, very important. Okay, that's going to be very important as well. There are still some skills that are necessary in order for you or anyone really to function. Or I can have AI remind me of everything and do a whole lot of stuff, right? But I still need assistance to help do things. So it's not like that's not going to be available. For those that are good with your hands, or are inclined mechanically at all, any of those types of positions are going to be in high demand. So if you're more a manual, you like that kind of hands-on, then that's going to be more important. Um, I imagine we'll be moving into some form of digital currency rather soon. I just heard the other day, who did I hear this from? I wish I could remember. I can't remember, but I just heard the other day that they're doing like chip testing in Africa. People are testing chips in hands and arms or whatever in Africa. It's disgusting, right? Chiron and Venus are both Gemini 11th house. You're a Gemini stellium. I love my gems. Oh, perfect, Chalet. Wonderful. Yay, congratulations. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to say that it hurts. Bitcoin, see, digital currency right now is like stocks, right? So it's going to go up, it's going to go down. The key is you hold on to it. There are other digital currencies that are behind the scenes that are um, a little bit lesser known, that everyone's saying will be amazing. Okay. By the way, I'm going to open this up to you guys. Um, this is a very exclusive Soulfire mastermind meeting. If you want to find out a little bit more um about the mastermind, you want to find out if you've already started your business, or those of you've written books, what have you, and you want to just kind of like come and chit chat and talk. I'm having this, it's tomorrow between 1:30 p to 2:30 Eastern. Okay. So come on through. You have to register. There's a Zoom link in here. You have to register with that Zoom link. And then you can come on through. Okay. So register with that Zoom link, and then you can come on through this tomorrow, Sunday, between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. Eastern. And then also I am having another one of um my niche master classes. It's called Soulful Specialization, to really help y'all get, like, really narrow down your niche. Because you need to do that. You need to be making plans, guys. We can't be just sitting around here not doing anything. We just cannot be doing that anymore. Okay. We've got to step into our purpose. And also, to be quite honest with you, I worry less about how the economy is going to change, because I know that as long as I am moving in, and I'm living in my truth, and my energy, living according to my highest good, what is of my highest good, then I'm going to be fine. The biggest keys, the biggest issues usually that we have is that we don't do our shadow work, and then we don't choose to live in our we don't choose to live the life of our highest good. Okay? That's usually the biggest problem. Strict, yeah. Well, they're going to restrict it because they did never intended for the average uh, American to partake in it. So, absolutely. And that's, if you subscribe to the Christian belief system, it's the mark of the beast. Anyway, okay, let's do a couple things here. I want to talk. Okay, hang on one second, guys. Where is my young lady that had? I'm going to do a few readings that I'm not going to sit here all night and reading everybody though. Let me find. Okay, Chalet. You have Uranus and Jupiter both conjunct your Chiron. Do you see why now, when I showed you the chart, why that's kind of amazing? Because you're being gifted the ability to take all of the past hurt, trauma from, the wounds from eternity, right? That you brought to this lifetime in order to heal. Like, all your life, it's probably felt like you've probably fought all your life, to be honest with you. You fought all your life. And you haven't been understood and all of that, right? There's so much. But you're so gifted, and it's almost as if you can see the future, read the future, know the future. Probably, and I mean future, like more crystal clear than the average bear. All of this conjunct, now the transiting, right, is conjunct, the transiting Jupiter and Uranus, your natal Jupiter and Uranus. This is explosive and expansive for you beyond. This is probably the most explosive, expansive time of your entire life. Look at it from the positive. Well, how powerful. What sign is all of that in? What sign is your Uranus, Jupiter, and Chiron in? Or is it that Uranus and Jupiter, the conjunction, is conjunct your Chiron? Very good. It's going to be way easier to transmute it right now. You can go to Cafe Astrology, you can go to astrology.com, you can go to astro-seek.com. Yeah. It's got to be exhausting. But you're a revolutionary at heart. So you also don't like it when people are mistreated. Right? That's not you. Okay, let me grab some cards, shall I? And let me see, what do I have here to play? I don't have any videos here. That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown so that I can grab some cards. Okay, gang? Let me just do a 30-second countdown. Okay, this is how we're going to do it, guys. I have 14 some odd people in this chat and a few elsewhere. So, in YouTube at least. I'm just going to do a few readings. If you guys want a little bit more and want to have a little bit more conversation about it, we can talk in register for that Zoom call. We could talk a little bit about it, but also that's really so that we can talk about like what are your opportunities coming to you. Okay. I haven't eaten dinner. Okay, here we go. Let me stop the camera and let me grab the cards. Okay, here we're gonna do a 30-second countdown. Oh, I forgot it did that at the end. I ain't played that one in a minute. I've not played that in a while. Sagittarius. Wait, your Uranus is in Sagittarius? Oh, how is this Uranus conjunction then? Your Uranus and your Jupiter, are they like a couple of degrees apart? And this is not sitting on your. Let me look at this chart. It's not that close to your Chiron. I mean, it's there, but it's a soft application, darling. You'll be fine. Yep, I know you would. Okay, sweets. I'm gonna give you a reading here. Where's Sebastian? Sebastian, you better show up. Okay, let's see what we've got going for the Uranus Jupiter conjunction. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna pull a sacred creators, and then I pull like a couple of the light seers. Okay. Hey, how are you, sweetie? Well, you're gonna have to rewind because we've been talking for about an hour. Hi, spiritual focus. How are you? Uranus and Jupiter are transiting. Okay, so the transiting, I mean, it's 7 degrees away though. So it's just barely. Now you'll feel it. You'll feel it. It'll start growing. I mean, especially as Jupiter begins to come closer to your Chiron. But it's going to be a slow build. You'll be fine. Can you take Sebastian's place? He here. Let me do sweets, guys. All right. I'm not saying those are the only two I'm gonna do. Listen, everybody jump their behind right back in this during chat. Y'all a mess. Y'all jump right back in this chat as soon as I said I was pulling a card out. Y'all is a mess and a half. Okay, here we go. Sweets. Here we go. They said, "Oh, she's pulling them darn cards out. We better get up in the chat." Oh, sweets. Bravely market your magic. Bravely market your magic. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm assuming that means something to you. I'm assuming that means something to you. Let me pull this over here. All right, here we go. You got to come out of the shadows, sweets. You got to come out of the shadows. Yep. You've been going through a lot. Like it's like five with the Five of Swords, there's a lot of um mental like consternation. Like there's just like a lot of worry and concern. I just keep hearing everything's going to work out all right. It's going to be just fine. Um this Four of Pentacles, well, this is why I hate only doing 3 cards. Four of Pentacles and the Moon. Okay, who's keeping secrets from you? Okay, nope. You're keeping yourself the best kept secret. I don't know for sure what exactly this has. You just started a new job. Okay. Okay. Thank you. That makes sense. All right. Ooh. The other one was really, it was toxic, wasn't it? Oof. Well, that's why there's 4 Pentacles here. Okay. You're going to be able to save money now. Okay. You're going to be able to save money. Um, But again, I keep hearing the best kept secret. Learn the ways, learn what's going on there, learn what's happening behind the scenes. You're going to have some opportunities actually come your way sooner for promotion than you thought that you would, way sooner than you thought that you would. Also, this, I feel like this is going to give you an opportunity to start your side hustle and to really like be able to like actually pay like put some energy towards your side hustle as well, but definitely within this group, within this company, um it's okay to let them know that you know how to do certain things, like that you have a lot of qualifications, that you're very well established, you know, that you're just very knowledgeable and you're very capable. So don't be afraid to do that. You're not going to do it in a weird way, right? Where you know, there's probably going to be 1 or 2 people that are going to get pissy, but that's just the way it is. Like, you don't worry about them, you do you. Okay? But this is also going to be a great time to start your side hustle. So don't be afraid to do that. All right? Do not be afraid to do that. Awesome. Okay. And I do see, like, I feel like you've not been able to save money. You're going to be able to save money now. Like, everything is going to, the ship's going to right itself, and then you're going to be able to save. But I do think that that part, potentially that side hustle is what's really what's going to help you save. And now that you're out of that toxic situation, it should be easier. Okay. Good. I'm glad. Hopefully you can come to the Zoom tomorrow. Sebastian, let's see what Sebastian's got going on. What do we have for sacred creator for Sebastian for this next 90 days? Fearless expression. I don't think that you, I don't personally know you, but I don't feel like you've ever been fearless in expressing yourself, my friend. Okay, here we go. Can I get 3 cards, please? Oof. Oof. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have a whole story. You, of course, get a whole story. All right, 6 of Cups. What the hell is going on with your family, Sebastian? Oh boy. Then I have the Eight of Cups and I have the Lovers. So this is really going to be interesting. You are going to be expressed. Take this time to express yourself not only to family, but I don't know if is there someone floating around? Wow. Okay, this is God, I hate this sometimes. This Eight of Cups, right? Leaving behind things that are not serving you. Whatever this is that's going on with the family, it's not you being so tied up into it, and your energy and your emotions being so tied into it is no longer serving you. This is literally this is literally difficult because it is um uh, monetary ties still here. Um support. I'm not looking at the chat so I can hear. I feel like there's some financial ties here. But also this conversation is difficult because of whoever this lover is, potential lover, who you love, um, how. But so, but until you express yourself fully, you're not going to find the freedom, and you're also not going to be able, like, if you don't figure this out here, it's going to be much harder later on, career wise, or any other area of your life. Like, yes, this is very difficult, and I feel like there's just like not communication. People are not trying to hear each other. It's like I see this arguing going on. I feel it. They're just not trying to hear. And there's this like level. I don't know if this is the case, but if it feels like someone is like putting off their disappointment or something on you. Like they're disappointed. They're like, well, he's not choosing the life we wanted him to choose. But that was their life that they wanted for you, not your life that you're meant to live. Okay, let me see what are we saying now. Okay, then that's fine, but yeah, you're single for the time being. Okay. Oh god. Where your heart is, or who you find yourself attracted to. Where your heart is, or who you find yourself attracted to. This can be in any area of your life. I'm not sensing it could have been religious, but it goes way deeper than that. They've got some issues. Your family has some issues with something about how you're choosing to live your life. Yeah, there's a lover coming in. I get that loud and strong. There's a lover coming in. So you're gonna have to be fearless in how now. Again, Sebastian, and I don't, I'm not trying to out anybody's like all they tea. But I feel like there are some financial ties here. There's some reason why you're finding it hard to say this is not how I want to live my life. There's some truth about who you are deep down that you don't feel they're ready for, or that they already know and they ain't ready for it. Either way, but I still feel like there's some more truths down there, deep down, that they still don't know, that you know, but you don't think that they know, but they're already picking up on it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Sebastian, you're not hearing me. The family issue is what you got to deal with. Because the wheel, understand, when you free yourself, then things begin to turn in your favor. Queen of Wands, Leo. Well, no, that would have been Aries. Are you taking a trip sometime soon? Are you planning a trip? Then what was the family I'm telling you, there's something behind there. That's when you'll meet them. You'll meet them on the trip. I said Leo. Yeah, I should have kept it that way. Um, you'll meet them on the trip. Okay. All I'm trying to say, and maybe this isn't right now, my friend, but you are going to have to express something, or you had already expressed something, or whatever, but there's family stuff going on. Okay. Um, and maybe they haven't expressed it to you yet. But I see some arguments either that just happened or maybe they're going to happen in the future. But there's about to be some friction. There's about to be some friction. That's all I can tell you. Yeah. Well, it's about to spill over into your bucket and you're going to have to make some decisions. I'm just telling you. It's going to spill over into your sphere. But this lover coming in September, you'll meet them either like on the plane or in Barcelona itself, but you're going to meet them on that trip. That's when you'll meet them. Okay. Child, nah, nah, no, no, no. We're not doing that. Shalay, do you want a reading? Jace, do you want to read? Damika, let me give Damika a reading because she want. We're not doing that. Sebastian, you're gonna have to. Why you? Because that the energy that you bring to the table, you are able to help people like calm down. Like you're able to help figure out justice. You know what I'm saying? Okay, then you'll meet them in Barcelona for 6 months. That would be during Sagittarian season. So you're gonna be in Barcelona for 6 months. During the 6 months during Sagittarian season, as a matter of fact, that's when you'll meet them. Okay, Damika, creation air. This is the creator air. What this tells me is it's time for you to open up your thoughts, your creative, like your mind, and the spoken word is where your creation is going to come from. Your creation is coming from your ideas that you've had. Mm-mm. This one, yes. Those, no. Ideas that you've had in your mind, right? That you've been contemplating. Maybe you've written them down. Um, journals or something like that. Like you've written these things down, or they've been playing out in your brain for so long. It's time for you to, like, if you haven't written them down, put pen to paper. If you haven't begun to really speak them out and really allow yourself the latitude to look to see it, to make it manifest, to plan it out, right? Like, you know how you can just like let your imagination run wild. Thank you. That's what it is. Imagination run wild. You know? So here we go. Oh, we got pages galore. Yep. Let your inspiration go. Page of Wands. These are the innovative Page of Swords thoughts that you've been having. It's time for you to during this 90 days, work hard at making sure, here's Eight of Pentacles, work hard at ensuring that you let your inspirations and your meditations and your imaginations flow. Okay, Damika? Okay, Shalay, I will. Why are you about to? Why? Don't cry. You're the peacemaker, Sebastian. It's gonna be okay. You're the peacemaker. Good. I'm glad. Awesome. Hey, Anna. How are you, honey? How are you? Okay, Shalay. Well, I'm not doing love readings, so I'm just gonna give you some love advice. Shalay, I love you. Thank you, Miss Anna. Shalay, I love you. You keep picking the wrong men because you don't love yourself quite yet. You keep picking the wrong men because you still have a lot of shadow work to do on your own, on yourself, right? You keep picking the wrong men because this program has been put within you because of what you've seen over the time, your childhood, your young adulthood, whatever. This is a consistently, constantly running program. And until you interrupt the pattern, it's not going to change. You have to interrupt the pattern. So I'm going to challenge that. You may feel like you love him, but the reason why you fell in love with the person that hates you, that is serving you somehow. Because why? Because then you've now picked another person that is not emotionally available to you, does not want to be emotionally available to you or physically available to you. So you then can have the excuse of, this is why I don't have this person, because I suck at picking men and this guy hates me. I love you though. Okay? Don't log off. Thank you for your super chat, Anna. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Okay, Chalet, here we go. And thank you. I'll put this up. Let's see what you got going for the next 90 days. Celebrate your wins. I love this card for you. For the next 90 days, I want you to celebrate every win. I want you to take every small win and I want you to celebrate it. Because each small win that you celebrate then bolsters your loving compassion for yourself. Each small win that you celebrate then further empowers you for the next one and the next one. And they will grow not linearly, but they will grow exponentially. Okay? You are trapped because you are trapped in your own mind. The way you see yourself is not the way you really are. The way you see yourself is not the way you really are. The moment that you allow your brain that you interrupt the pattern, or as Mother Ayanla would say, the pathology, that you interrupt the pattern and the pathology. Okay. The moment you finally interrupt that, then we can change it. Yeah. We can change it. We can rewrite the patterns, rewrite the programs. Okay. So as you continue to celebrate your wins, yep, here's the world, then this. And as you shift your mindset, your brain, you no longer allow those patterns and those paradigms to play out anymore, then this chapter in your life will end. and a new one begin. Okay? And then the knight in shining armor comes along. But you have to offer yourself love first before someone else can bring love. That way you attract proper love, right? You attract the right love. I was watching TG Foxhole TGIF last week sometime. And because my friend Armand is on there now as the permanent co-host. And Al Reynolds said something. He said that the reason why that boundaries are the protectors of standards. And the reason why people don't respect our boundaries is because we don't respect our standards. Find out what your standards have been and then change them. And that's when you'll attract the love that you deserve. Okay? All right, beloved. I'm glad. Okay, we're on a roll. Oh, it's almost 11 o'clock. At midnight, the pumpkin, my carriage gonna turn into a pumpkin. Honey, let me find another way to say it. We can love ourselves, but there are still aspects and still areas. First of all, shadow work is never done. I do shadow work. I just talked about that earlier in this broadcast, right? Shadow work is never done. There's still some self-sabotaging behaviors that I have. There's still a reason why I don't have a man right now or a woman. I don't have nail one. And I tell you because there's still some shadow work I got to do. So I'm not going to bring anybody into my realm right now because there's still some areas where I haven't raised my standards. There's still some areas where sometimes I feel like I'm willing to accept someone that's not emotionally available to me. So there's always going to be areas. So when I say love yourself completely, sometimes you have to love yourself enough that you just cut all of that out and say, you know what, I got to do some things. And that's okay. We will not be done doing our shadow work until we transition or become crystalline beings. I'm not sure which one's going to come first. And I know you have a great heart, but it's everyone else I don't like. I love everybody, honey. I'm now in a position and a place in my life where I'm very judicious, and I really do choose who I want in my circle. And I almost get irritated with myself when somebody slips through the cracks, even if they're like a client. I get irritated. Like, why did I let the person in? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it is it I'm not saying that you haven't done any work. I'm not saying that at all. If I say it to anybody, please don't take any offense, because I'm not. We're all doing. I mean, you wouldn't be here watching me if you hadn't done some work. Because people that ain't done no work can't stand to watch me, because it's too much. There's just levels and there's depths, and I just find, for me to figure out finally this week that there's still areas I self-sabotage in. And I identified another area that I self-sabotage in. That's all I'm saying. Okay. You're welcome, my dear. That forgiveness of self is so important. Guys, if you go to my playlist. I'm telling you, I think it's like day 38, 39, 40. Like I start talking about this forgiveness of self and that healing process that I go through with my own clients. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. But you're right. I don't there's some people that, I could do without. But I will say this. Um, not for nothing. I I I'm at a point where I'm having much more of a neutral reaction to people than a visceral one. I come on here sometimes and I'm having a visceral reaction, but they're the people that are like not really in my sphere. In my circle, if I'm interacting with you and I get to a point where I really don't like your energy and I don't like being around you, I just stop being around you. I ghost. I ain't got time. Oh, I'm glad, honey. It won't be that bad. I just, but I'm telling you, something's, Sebastian, I don't like it when I'm right on this level, but I'm going to tell you, there's something that's going to pop up due to the lover. I don't want to be right. And maybe everybody will figure it out, but I don't want to be right on that level. I just have a feeling somebody's going to have a problem with who you fall in love with. Oh, okay, good. I'm good. I'm glad. It's a trip. Wow. I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever cried for forgiving myself. Maybe. Man, I'm out. I'm with you, Tasha. Like I can't do it. I'm out. I'm outie 5,000. Uh-uh. As we used to say back in the day. I can't do it. If it's just that bad, that much juju. And let me tell you something. You could be a client, and if it's causing me too much problems and it's messing up my energy, baby, bye. We're gonna have to part ways because it's not worth it. I don't have time to be fighting you and your energy. That's just me. Something tripped out happened. Oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Okay. Does anybody else want to read before I get out of here? I'll do 2 or 3 max more. Okay, Christina, Jen, and Anna. Christina, Jen, and Anna. Christina, Jen, and Anna. I looked over here on Rumble too. Christina, Jen, and Anna. All right. Okay, well, Tasha. That's the last one then. That's it. See, that's why I said y'all gotta get be Johnny on the spot. Okay, Christina's first. Christina's first. Oops, not that one. We'll probably pop on. Should I do some readings on Messy Monday? Do y'all, my OGs remember I used to do a show called Is It Me or Is It Tea? And do y'all remember? I'm only doing the next 90 days. These readings, guys, are all in regard to the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. So if you don't really want a reading in regard to that, then let me know. I haven't seen this card. Soul on fire. So yeah, see, she OG. Jen remembers. I think it's time for me to resurrect that. Maybe we'll do that on Messy Monday. But there's also some stuff I want to talk about on Messy Monday. I've been watching a lot of people's those of you who watched oh god, Basketball Wives and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta will remember Bambi. She did an interview on Carlos King. It was so good. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what else is going on? The mess that the House of Representatives did just today. I want to talk about the Suge Knight interview. There's a lot of like hot topics. I don't know. There's not enough time. I want to talk about all of that. I really want to talk about all that. Okay, Soul on Fire. Let's see what the soul this what this card is. Soul on Fire. Soul on Fire. So that might be messy Monday. Yeah, I'm gonna get my nails done. Then I'm gonna come home and do that. Okay, what number is this? What color should I get my nails next? What's the main color I should get for my nails? Is this 38? Yeah. Soul on Fire. Passion, laser like focus on your goals, infectious enthusiasm, success is on the way, finding what lights you up. Your self care message with this for the next 90 days, it appears that you've had a loss of faith, needing to find your passion, settling for less, feeling unworthy of life's miracles of joy. You have to fearlessly pursue that which sets your soul ablaze. Let's see what's going on. Yellow. Ooh, I like that, Miss Anna. Yellow. Okay, we're going to do yellow. Christina, there has been a lot of emotional stuff happening. You have been under, I'm hearing attack. And I don't normally hear attack, but I'm hearing attack. You have the Eight of Swords as well. Seven of Wands, you need to protect your energy. This is what I'm really hearing. It's as if there's like people that are kind of making you question your reality. They're making you question your reality. They're making you, this is for Christina. Let me go back up here. They're making you question reality. They're making you question, oh my God. This is an example. I don't know if this is true. I'm just saying this is an example. It's like they're making you question whether or not a relationship was ever real and true. Whether questioning whether or not uh, you are meant to be successful, whether or not you're meant to own a home, whether or not you're meant to, what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that those are things that are actual. I'm just giving you examples. That's the kind of like questioning everything about everything. And um and it's been kind of driving you maybe a little bit batty. And because of this, because you're having to like protect your heart, protect your energy, protect your mind, protect everything, you've not been able to really pursue your passions. And maybe even you're even questioning your soul's passions and whether or not it's right and true. And all I can tell you is yes, that what you wanted to do, what you've always felt deep down inside you're meant to do is what you're meant to do. However, you do need to sit down and really be with yourself and get some clarity and allow yourself to get clarity and allow yourself to grieve the loss of dreams from the past so that you can enact the dreams of the future. so that the imaginations and the machinations of your mind, the imaginations and the belief and the beauty in your soul and in your heart can actually come to pass and come true. So guard your heart, guard your mind, guard your soul. Find some clarity. All right? Okay. You got this. Anna, not putting me out here. Not Anna putting me out. That's your chakra that needs more help. Child. Okay. Anna put me out on Front Street. I'm just kidding. You're probably right. Okay. Where am I at? Okay, Jen. All right, here we go, Jen. Jen, Anna, and then the last one over the night is going to be Tasha. Jen, Anna, and Tasha. Oh, let me post these guys again. Do 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 do. We're having my copy exclusive mastermind. Oh, over here. You guys come on in. Hopefully we'll have Sunday. We'll get some of the LWA folks in there too. So you guys come on over here Sunday. If you want some more information about the mastermind, you want to just chit chat with me a little bit about your business, and where you're at right now, come on over for that. If you cannot make it to that, and you are wanting some help discovering your niche and getting started in your transformational business, I am having Soulful Specialization Masterclass again. I'm sorry, it says April 11th. It's supposed to be April 26th. Paste. I thought I changed it. Oh, 25th. April 25th, this Thursday, 6:30 to 8:30. Okay. All right, here we go. Jen. The masterclass and the Zoom are free, so come on over and find out a little bit more about what we got going on. My goal is to have at least 10 additional mastermind members this week, and we're going to keep going from there. Jen, limitations inspire innovations. So what I'm hearing from you is that you, as we both well know, you've not allowed the limitations as they presented themselves. I mean, they did for a while, but you literally had to like figure out life. Like you had to figure out a new life and how that new life was going to look and how you were going to live it. And it's going to continue. You're going to continue to get further inspiration here, and it's going to come very quickly and very passionately, where you're going to be able to finally really step into spaces where you can live in your passion, right? That you can express your passions, you can live in your passions, that you can put your passions to work in your day-to-day life. Stop carrying other people's burdens, especially over these next 90 days. Everybody's getting these darn Eight of Swords lately, right? Like you're trapped in your own mind. Like your limitations really are your only that are what's in your mind. And that's what this fight is. It's like, it's like you're fighting. Do I do what really makes me feel great, or do I do what everybody tells me I should do? But what makes you feel great is going to give you got a lot of wands. So this is really telling me it is time for you to light that fire within you and pursue that life stream that you never thought you'd be able to pursue. And however you need to do it, Jen, you need to pursue your live stream. You need to pursue. It's time. It's past time. Good night, Chalet. Good. Then you're on the right track. It'll come to fruition in the next 90 days. Yeah, whatever. Anna. I'm teasing. You're fine. You're spot on. We're gonna put yellow up so I don't forget it's yellow. Okay, we're gonna do Anna, then we're gonna do Tasha, and then we're gonna retire for the evening. Tomorrow, gang, we're gonna have some chit chats about. We're gonna do Terrence Howard tomorrow. I'm gonna do part 2 for sure. I gotta look at the schedule and figure out when I can like have these conversations. I really want to have some conversations about a lot that's going on. Prosperity's sisters are happiness and joy. Prosperity's sisters are happiness and joy. Anna, boy, like, I'm just going to tell you what I just heard. I heard that your practice is going to exponentially explode over the next 90 days. The sun is shining on your practice. The sun is shining on your spiritual practice, your spiritual work. The sun is shining on every aspect of your life, really, so that you can experience that happiness and that joy. I do see some offers, potentially offers of love. Here's your Eight of Wands, Eight of Swords, but I don't know. I feel like that's what's been in the past for you. That's not current. Scales are to be balanced. If there's some sort of a court situation going on, it's about to release itself. Yeah, but what people who's been lying, who's been stealing, who's been thieving, who's been carrying on, and there's a massive transformation, a death and rebirth. Justice delayed is not justice denied. Justice delayed is not justice denied. Well, then that's good. You're welcome, dear. Um, I don't know what that means to you. And I'm not being allowed to see what was taken or what the lies were. All I just feel is that there's been subterfuge, that there's been inconsistencies. Um, but you are undergoing this massive rebirth that is bringing with it prosperity, happiness, and joy, which is much deserved. Okay, then that makes sense to you. But this massive transformation that's happening is fated. It's meant to happen now. It's meant to happen across the next 90 days. But I feel like it's going to really come. I feel like you'll see the beginnings of the resolution of this within the first 12 days. Okay, that's what I think. Well, then you'll start to see that within the next 12 days. That's why I see it swift moving. Okay, my friend. There you go. All right, and last one of the night. Where's Miss Tasha? Tasha, you still here, girl? Here. Tasha, you still here? You're welcome, Miss Anna. Tasha, let me know if you're in the building, girl. Let me see on YouTube. Oh, there she go. All right. Okay. Layla, tonight I was just picking some, I just did some random people, and Tasha's going to be the last one for the night. We'll do some more readings on Monday. Um, so just if you've already subscribed, then just look out for the notification on Monday. Monday's readings will be, I'm going to resurrect a segment I used to do called Is It Me or Is It Tea? And where we talk about where, you ask me a question about what's going on in your life, child. And we're going to find out if it's you or if there's some tea that we need to understand and know. Okay. So you can come on back on Monday. Okay, dear. All right. Hey, Joy, how are you? All right. Here we go. Whoop. Tasha, make a mission stay. Ooh. Hold on, boo. Make a mission statement for your soul. I think you've worked on this because we talked about like the niche, right? But we're saying here, make a mission statement for your soul. Let your soul sing. Let your soul show you the life that is of your highest good that you came here incarnated to create. Okay. Two of Swords, been very indecisive about that, right? Because there's a little bit of pulling here, a little bit of pulling there. People are just like pulling at you and causing all kinds of chaos and issues. Everybody else is during problems. But you are about to move into your 10 of Cups season. But you got to make the statement in order to know, in order to tell the universe how you want this created and structured. You have to make this mission statement so that this 10 of Cups, do you see how this is coming in on the rainbow? Those cups are swirling in on the rainbow. There's an energetic structure to that rainbow, and that's how it's moving in. Oh, you got the Lover's card too. So I don't know. You no say? Um and the High Priestess. Yeah, you need to follow your intuition about people that you get into business with, people that you get into close relationship with in any aspect of your life. The soulmates are coming in that are meant to support and help you. Some are already here, some more are on their way. And stop doubting yourself. You know more than you think you do. You incarnated with more information than you thought you did, than you think you did. So over these next 90 days, this is really going to be an expansion of your mind. This is going to be expansion of how big your heart can, how wide of a net your heart can cast. How wide can your heart emit the energy to bring in this new life? How wide can it go? How deep, how far to bring it all in? And can you handle having all of the support that you need? Because that's been something you haven't had before. So when you come into this 10 of Cups era, as you write, because that's the soul mission, right? That's really the mission, the statement that your soul has made. Your soul already knew what a 10 of Cups fully fulfilled life would look like. So just allow that to come forward and come out, be it in automatic writing, or you speak into a voice note, or whatever the case may be, however it needs to come. But it needs to come out so that it can be created. But just be prepared to be happier than you've ever been, because you deserve it. Sometimes we can't accept it. So just be prepared. All right. Okay, gang. Gang. I'm out of here. Okay. I'm gonna go watch a few things, probably on the YouTubes of it all. I'm out here. All right. This has been a wonderful evening. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate y'all, okay? Really appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Well, I might not answer you, child, because I got to go to bed. Or I got to relax first, then go to bed. Okay? You're going to be all right. Don't overthink it. Just let it be, Sebastian. You always overthink. Let's let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Right? Just let it be. You come back Monday. I'll let you know if I see what this person would look like. Okay? You're hard to read though in some areas. All right, gang. I gotta go. Thank you, Miss Layla. Thank you so much. We'll see you all tomorrow. We'll do part 2 of Terrence Howard's interview tomorrow. I'm not sure if we'll get done with it, but we'll try. And I'll try to figure out a time to do some hot topics tomorrow too. All right. Okay, gang. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys so much. Namaste. Bye, gang.